Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Roche Posay Effaclar Ultra Concentrate Serum. And I'm going to show you how you can apply it to the skin, how you can use it on its own or in a very simple skincare routine, which you can see right here behind me. And this is the setup that I'm going to demonstrate. But before I'm heading into the application, I want to emphasize the benefits, for whom it is suitable, when you should use it, what to avoid and not use in the same routine, and an example skincare routine plus frequency guide to ensure that you get most out of your Effaclar serum and at the same time reduce the likelihood of experiencing sensitivities or irritations. Now remember that your Effaclar serum is a leave-on exfoliating acid serum. So you're going to apply it to the skin, leave it on the skin, and that's it. It contains a 3.5% of glycolic acid, which is an AHA, 1.5% of salicylic acid, also known as BHA, and 0.45% of LHA, which is a salicylic acid derivative, also known as lipohydroxy acid. And they help to let go of the dead skin cells on the skin surface, which helps to smoothen textured skin, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and speeds up the fading process of hyperpigmentation, like dark spots after acne or if you have sun-damaged skin. Then it helps to unclog pores, regulates oiliness, and reduces inflammation. And you can use this exfoliant on all skin types, as it's a nice blend of AHA, BHA, and LHA exfoliating acids. However, I do not recommend using it if you have sensitive skin, as it can easily lead to stinging or a burning sensation when then applying it. Therefore, please keep this in mind. Now, it would be ideal to use this leave-on exfoliating acid serum in the evening so that you can use it on its own or in a very simple skincare routine by following with hydration afterwards, so that it's less likely to interact with other ingredients, and especially primarily in your morning skincare routine with your sunscreen. Because if you would use the exfoliant in the morning and pretty much layer your sunscreen afterwards, this can increase the risk of experiencing stinging or burning. This is at least my experience, therefore I wouldn't recommend it and use it in the evening instead. When it comes to what you should avoid and not use in the same routine, it is primarily about specific treatments to ensure proper layering and reducing sensitivities and irritations. And this primarily depends on the skin concerns that you have, that you want to target, and then therefore you may are thinking of including those treatments. Therefore, I have now prepared a list for you. On the top you can see a box which explains what's going to happen when doing this combination and what you can do instead. So the first part would be exfoliating acid cleansers. If you have an exfoliating acid cleanser at home, avoid using it in the same routine when using your Effaclar serum. Either use your exfoliating acid cleanser in the morning, your Effaclar serum in the evening if that's well tolerated, or use them on alternate days, or ideally just use one of them to reduce the risk even further. The next one would be the Effaclar Duo Plus. This is a combination that I'm often getting asked about. It isn't necessarily wrong to use them in the same routine. Again, it depends on your skin tolerance. Best would be to just choose one of them, or if you have already both treatments at home, try to use them in separate routines at first, adjust the frequency accordingly, and if everything goes well, then you may be able to use them in the same routine, but please take your time before doing so. And then when it comes to what should not be used in the same routine, this would then lead into strong exfoliating acid masks, as you can see right here, as well as retinol, retinal, gonactive retinoid, or retinoids. You can see some examples right here as well. You would use your Effaclar serum and retinol, retinal, or retinoid in the evening, but do not use them together. Instead, use them on alternate days if you want to use both treatments and want to enjoy the benefits of them individually. And then there you have it when it comes to what should not be used in the same routine. Now that you know what you have to be careful of, I want to head into my example morning and evening skincare routine, keeping the main focus towards La Roche Posay products. Always keep in mind to choose the right products for your skin type and skin concerns. The simpler you can keep it, the better. For the evening skincare routine, you're getting started with properly washing your face using a non-exfoliating acid cleanser. This can be your regular water-based cleanser. However, if you're trying to remove mineral like stubborn sunscreen or waterproof makeup, use an oil or balm cleanser on its own, or you may want to do a double cleanse, as you can see right here. The instructions are all below the example skincare routine. Then pat the skin dry, move on to your Effaclar Serum, apply to the skin, leave it on the skin, and then stop right there, or as an optional step, follow with hydration afterwards. This can be with, for example, an hyaluronic acid serum, and then there you have it, or maybe with a moisturizer instead, or you may want to use both of them depending on your skin type and preference. Just again, ensure that the moisturizer is suitable for your skin type, and then this would be the last step. When it comes to the frequency, which you can see right here on the slide as well, start by using it 2 to 3 times per week. And then increase the frequency if necessary and tolerated. Then the next stage would be every other day, and then after that daily if necessary. Remember, if you're just using the exfoliant on its own without any other specific treatments, you could go ahead and use it daily if tolerated. However, if you, for example, use a retinol as well, well then you would use them on alternate days, and then you cannot use the exfoliant daily. So this is how you can then adjust it based on your skin tolerance and what else you may be using. For the morning skincare routine, again, remember your cleansing step. Then move on, for example, to the hydrating serum, the hyaluronic acid serum. After that, maybe the vitamin C or niacinamide serum. And then follow with the sunscreen afterwards if you have sun exposure to properly protect the skin from the damaging UV rays. Not only to protect the skin on its own, but because you're working with an exfoliant as well, which can make the skin more sensitive to the sun. Therefore, sun protection during daytime is really the key point. All the other steps in between, hydrating serum and then specific treatment, are optional steps. And then there you have an example which, if you like to, you can recreate at home. It's all in a PowerPoint, so after the example routines and what to avoid and should not be used in the same routine part, you'll find the product description box part, which lists all the products that I have emphasized with the description next to it for whom it is suitable, what it specifically does. After that, you have the general skincare tips guide, which emphasizes how you can do a patch test, how to properly wash your face to avoid skincare pilling, layering tips, and a proper sunscreen application and removal guide. It's all in the PowerPoint, and you'll find it in the description box down below, and you can save it to your device. Now that you know what's important to keep in mind before getting started with the Effaclar Serum, let's head into the application. Now we are going to get started with the first step, which is properly washing your face to ensure proper layering, absorption, and avoiding skin sensitivities. And this already starts off by choosing the right non-exfoliating acid cleanser that's suitable for your skin type. For example, the Roche Posay Effaclar Purifying Foaming Gel Cleanser if you have an oilier skin type, or the Dermo Cleanser or Hydrating Cleanser if you have a drier skin type. Then, when using water, use lukewarm water to warm water, which does not only feel more comfortable on the skin, but also helps the cleanser to work more effectively. And make sure to avoid hot water, otherwise it may dry out your skin. When washing your face above the sink, I highly recommend using a soft washcloth, a clean one that you're going to wet, then squeeze it out, and then use a damp washcloth to remove any last traces of your cleanser, sunscreen, and or makeup that you may have missed. And then lastly, pat the skin dry, which is a really important step, especially to avoid skin sensitivities before applying your Effaclar Serum to the skin. And those are now the steps that I'm going to demonstrate to ensure proper layering. So this cleanser needs to be applied to wet skin. This is now what I'm going to do, so let's get started. Then dispense about a pump or about a coin-size amount in the palm of your hand or fingertips. Then rub your hands together and massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds. Then rinse it off. Then take your damp washcloth to remove any last traces that you may have missed. Then I recommend rinsing again. And then take a clean towel and gently pat all over to remove the excess water drops from the skin surface to not only ensure proper layering, but to avoid skin sensitivities before applying your Effaclar serum afterwards. Once you're done with your cleansing step, you now can move on to the application of your Roche Posay Effaclar serum applied to the skin, and then there you have it. However, if you find that it causes a bit of sensitivities when applying it too soon after your cleansing step, you can now go ahead and wait 5 to 10 minutes for your skin to dry even further, and then move on to the application of your Effaclar serum, as this way it's going to absorb a bit slower into the skin, which then can reduce those sensitivities. Then when applying the serum to the skin, my general guide would be use between 3 to 4 drops for your face and neck. You may want to use a drop more, that's completely fine. However, do not overdo it, because the more product you're going to use, as this is an exfoliating acid serum with certain concentrations of exfoliating acids in it, it then can increase the risk of experiencing irritation and sensitivities. Therefore, this would be my general guide, which I can highly recommend when trying this out at home. And then when doing the application, avoid getting it into your eyes nor into your mouth. Please do not use it on top of your eyelids. And if you have a sensitive eye contour, avoid the eye contour as well. You can dispense the drops in the palm of your hand, fingertips, or immediately onto your face, depending on your preference. In my case, I like to dispense it in the palm of my hand. Now I'm going to rub my hands together, and then I'm going to apply it evenly all over my face and neck. Once you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now you can stop right here and leave it as it is, as this is going to be your evening skincare routine. However, if you now want to move on to your hydrating serum, or for example moisturizer, or you may want to include both, as this is what I'm going to demonstrate now in a moment, then you can go ahead and do so. Just make sure to now wait 1 to 2 minutes in between before moving on to your serum and or moisturizer, so that the exfoliant has enough time to get to work, and that you can avoid diluting it with your hydrating serum or moisturizer to get most out of your Effaclar serum. Now, when moving on to the next step, I have as an example Roche Posay Hyaluronic Acid Serum right here. With this guide, I recommend going with 3 to 5 drops for your face and neck. However, when doing this combination, you may enjoy 4 drops of your Effaclar serum, 4 drops of your Hyaluronic Acid Serum, so that it layers properly. Otherwise, it may feel a bit sticky or can feel a bit uncomfortable on the skin, as it's not going to properly absorb into the skin. So, depending on the treatments that you're going to use in general, you need to adjust the amount of how much you're going to use, because you're going to layer them after one another. Again, the application method that you like to do yourself at home, go ahead and adjust it accordingly. Now you can go ahead and apply it evenly all over. Just remember again, not get it into your eyes nor into your mouth. Once you're done with the application of your hydrating serum, you can stop right here and leave it as it is. Or now additionally follow on with a moisturizer if you prefer to do so. Just again make sure that it's suitable for your skin type. Now just give the serum like 30 seconds to a minute to absorb into the skin before moving on to the next step to ensure proper layering. As an example, I have the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus beta-glucan right here. It's a gel type moisturizer, which I would suggest using if you have an oilier skin type, very lightweight. And then in general, use about a pea to a bean size amount and apply it evenly all over. Just remember, do not get it into your eyes nor into your mouth. About that much, more or less, can be slightly adjusted based on the texture and formulation of your moisturizer. Rub your fingertips together and apply it evenly all over. And once you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin, and then there you have it. Your moisturizer can be the last step, and then this would be the example skincare routine that you may want to recreate at home as well. Just remember to adjust your cleansing step as well as your moisturizer accordingly to your skin type. Usually your hydrating zone or hyaluronic acid zone is great for all skin types, so there you have the order of application as well as a general guide of how you can recreate this at home. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Remember, you'll find the PowerPoint in the description box down below for you to download if you want to go over it in your own time. And if you now want to see more educational skincare content, head on to my YouTube channel. There's much more, and I'll see you there. Happy skincaring!